Welcome to CLD. I'm Jared. I'm here with Taladia Place and the Heat Man. What is up, gentlemen?
What is
What's
up,
up?
Nice.
ladies and gentlemen? It's Friday.
Start your engines. And Cameron says, for Friday night, no homework and ready for some CLD. How we doing, fellas? We're doing very well, and that is a great feeling, Cameron. Enjoy it, my brother. So let's get started. So our topics for this evening are Diamond, Supergirl, the Summer of Superman initiative, and the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League ending.
That I want to hear JJheat's thoughts on this. That is something I want to hear JJheat's thoughts on.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
All right, screw it. Okay, so I'm just going to say this. I totally called it. Oh, he's put on the rock glasses.
He's put on the wrong glasses. Okay.
Go ahead. Keep it PG.
It's the biggest piece of dog doo-doo.
Okay, well, I disagree because guess who predicted that the Justice League was going to be clones the whole time?
That may be so. I will let you bask in your "I told you so." I will let you have this.
Here's why I'm basking in it. Because so many people are now trying to revisionist history saying, oh, they retconned it because of the backlash. No, if you're actually watching the story, it requires you to actually play the game. So when you play it, or at least watch it on YouTube, you see there's plenty of evidence that it was clones, to the point where Comic Historian even said that he thought they were clones.
That may be
on yourself. You said it on my stream too. By the way, might I add, we talked about this on Into the Multiverse of DC Comics podcast.
Exactly.
If you guys haven't checked out that thing a few months back, I would highly recommend checking out that. Please do go check that back because that is on the replay.
But anyway, so JJheat, what were you saying?
all I'm gonna say is that this game commercially was not salvageable. I'm glad you got your win, even though some, again subjective, would say the plot point was obvious. I'm not gonna outright say it's a retcon because the setup is there if you actually played the game or watched a playthrough of someone playing the game.
Is it cheesy though? Yes. Is it like, let me put it this way, is it cheap? Yes. I'm gonna tell you that right there. Yes. If there's an event worst DC ending award, this takes the cake. Can we all agree? Yeah, I would say it would be a better thing. Wasn't there? In the game, it was even in the game files. So I'm like, of course it's like that. Now, what this gives the advantage of, this is kind of why I wanted to talk about it before we do like a final review of Suicide Squad, is where to say, what's the next Rocksteady Batman game look like, or Rocksteady DC game? Because there are many different ways they could go with this. Because if you notice, Wonder Woman's the only Justice Leaguer that's actually dead. She's not dead. There's as the host of Wonder Woman Wednesday and Super Wonder Legacy, I can tell you there is any number of ways they could bring her back.
JJheat, I gotta ask JJheat this question because this is a very interesting question. I gotta ask.
Sure.
JJheat, with the situation of Suicide Squad, would you think they would do a multiverse Batman story, trying to bring back the Bat family members? Because if you remember, in the Suicide Squad game, they incline that Robin is dead.
No, they don't.
No
body, no death.
Okay, I see what you're. Okay, the setup is there, even though. The whole. I do have my critiques with you. It's a solid franchise, Arkham, not counting SSKJL. Not prior to that game, Arkhamverse was pretty solid, with some B-task retreading notwithstanding. If you know, you know. But even with that, this game would have been so much better if it was standalone. If this game was standalone, there would have been nowhere near as much hate for it.
No, there would still be hate, but yeah, with Batman, yeah, it would have been like less hate. Anyway, Cameron says, what can they do besides prequels? Ultimately, unless we're going full on Damien, what can they do? Well, Batman's alive, so they could do another Batman game that's like him trying to redeem. Because here's why I say do a sequel to Suicide Squad. Because that way, Suicide Squad has less of a negative impact on Arkham. It's because if you just do prequels, you know where it ends up. Whereas if you do like a sequel, ultimately, yeah, Suicide Squad just becomes a bump in the road. It doesn't become the wall that you run into.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do the whole Disney Star Wars thing and just play it safe, try to maneuver around it rather than directly apply a follow up to it.
Yeah, but let me put it this way. What they'll probably do, they won't reference that many of the events. What they'll just do is, if they do a sequel to it, they'll just have it, okay, the Justice League is here, and we're going to go find Wonder Woman because she's dead. Or dead. I say that.
Dead. Yeah.
Batman Arkham Flashpoint. I don't think
Unless
I know what you're saying, but they can't do Arkham Flashpoint. We said this last week. Go on, JJheat.
again, I hate this is the biggest misconception of Flashpoint. Flashpoint as a story was not intended to be a overarching reboot or to just press the panic button and wipe the slate clean. No, editorial ended up doing that after the fact, after the story had already been approved and there were some basic plot points as you go for the comics, the scripts are commissioned and stuff like that. Editorial used it to reboot the new 52 after the fact. Flashpoint is a very personal Barry Allen Flash story about coming to terms about things that could happen outside of your control.
Yeah, in no way can they do that. Arkham Beyond they can do because that's distantly in the future. I'm just saying do it to like kind of rebuild the Arkham Batman legacy and then like maybe give us a good Justice League game to like wash the bad taste out of our mouths from this. And this is coming from someone that, for the most part, enjoyed the game. I enjoyed. Wait, let me clarify. I enjoyed elements of it. There were some parts I didn't like the inclusion of Lois Lane, but I can't get around that. But
no. We gotta also say the buggy mess. The buggy mess.
It was a buggy mess. Like, remember, Taladia, you and I had to stop playing because it kept freezing. So we're like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah. Buggy mess.
But I went back and completed that part, Taladia. I'm just going to tell you that right there. And it didn't... No, because here's the thing. It wasn't freezing for me. I think it was the online co-op that was giving it issues. But a Superman game? They could do a Superman game. Yeah, absolutely. I think what
I've heard...
Yeah, go ahead.
The Superman game is... Sorry, Badr, sorry interrupting you.
No, it's good.
The Superman game is possibly coming at WB Montreal from what I've heard, right? This is coming from my source. He's actually told me this multiple times. And he's told me that Rocksteady is gone back to Batman. For sure.
That would make sense. That would go back to what they know really well. Because that's the other issue with, like, Suicide Squad is that they were forced to make a live service looter shooter game when that's not what Rocksteady is known for making.
They were known for making single-player, story-driven games. Case in point, that's why Insomniac's live service game got cancelled. God of War live service game got cancelled. Multiple PlayStation Studios, live service games got cancelled. I don't know if you saw that in the news today.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that, JJheat, man?
I saw some of it.
The God of War thing.
Yep. Yeah. With the canceled titles, I saw Captain Kuba. Shout out to his channel. I saw a little bit of that. I have to go back and finish that video. But to quickly segue back to the chat, just briefly, the only video game Elseworld story I would say a Flashpoint, or at least using Flashpoint to reboot or end a trilogy, would even remotely be justified is Injustice. Kevin Conroy's gone. Even if you did pay top dollar to get the majority of the DCAU cast back to voice their characters, it's not going to be the same without Kevin Conroy. Granted, Bruce Greenwood is a close second. I will not refute the man's talent. He is a close second when it comes to playing Batman, but he's no Kevin Conroy. It's not worth making Injustice 3 if you're not going to pull Flashpoint and just end it off and maybe set up a de facto reboot to, a new timeline to give as a blank slate to wrap things up. So unless you're going to go full Apocalypse War with this, it's not worth making Injustice 3, at least from a gamer standpoint.
Rocksteady better pray that their next game's sold out because people are already saying Rocksteady should sell off the Arkham. Yeah, like put it this way: if the next DC game by Rocksteady doesn't do well, yeah, they're gonna get rid of it. I wonder if the Arkham games would run well on the Switch too.
Doubt it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, definitely. Arkham Knight, 50-50 on Arkham Knight.
That's what I was saying.
But I'll say this though. Yes, this is Rocksteady's last chance to build, rebuild that trust again. And the problem is obviously there's a lot of people that I know, content creator wise, that are bashing the developers, that are bashing on Suicide Squad. They're bashing the fact that, oh, it was a cheap thing what they did, but it wasn't the developers' fault. It was the higher ups at Rocksteady, and
That leadership is gone too. So
I know it's like they're literally blaming the people who worked on Suicide Squad for the failure, but it wasn't their fault.
and by remember that they always bring up, oh, the old Rocksteady would never have done this. Well, guess who was in charge reportedly of pushing the live service part? Sefton Hill.
Yep.
No.
What? Okay, go on.
Please continue.
JJheat, Arkham Shadow was actually not Rocksteady. It was actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was about to say, you sure? I mean, because I'm pretty sure he was in charge during Suicide Squad. I was about to say.
What I mean is that Sefton Hill was in charge. I think they were in charge at the beginning, and then they left.
Okay.
Yeah, Sefton Hill was in charge until 2 months before the game was released. Then he jumped ship. Him and Jamie Walker jumped ship to start their own studio, which got acquired by Microsoft, right?
Right.
And I gotta say, good luck with that, because it looks like Microsoft isn't gonna go in the direction that you guys want them to be, which is a console-based game.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we'll see. But the thing about that is that, again, it's like all those like. Well, it's like everyone blaming like the individual developer. I'm like, yeah, you could say that like some of the creative decisions were not like the best, and yes, Sweet Baby Inc. did play a role in it, but it's like they didn't play the singular role of pushing them into live service. Because if you take out the live service element of it, again, I think this game would have like endured a little bit more were it not for the live service part. Yeah, go ahead, JJheat.
And okay, you know what? Hot take. I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid. Warner Brothers Gaming Division just wanted to make DC Fortnite. I'll say it.
Yep.
I'll say it. Because you got Gotham Knights. First of all, say what you will about the game being crappy, being just as bad, if not worse. But Gotham Knights at least fits the Arkhamverse aesthetic for the most part, especially in a story post-night where Bruce is presumed dead. Get the Bat family together, Court of Owls, boom. You wouldn't even have to change much from a production standpoint.
So, Taladia, remember when you sent me that picture that Fortnite was bringing back the Wonder Woman skin?
Yes, I tagged you on Twitter about it.
I may have purchased that bundle.
Of course you did.
And what I did was I played a match. On my second match, I won.
Did you record it?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. We'll be doing so. If you guys download Fortnite, we can get a squad together.
I've got Fortnite. I've already downloaded it. It's already on my PlayStation.
Why haven't we played Fortnite before?
And the reason I say that this is more so applies to Overwatch than Fortnite. Fortnite was actually able to adapt and make a comeback as of late, but I'll still bring it up. The trend, first of all, they were in their heyday when Suicide Squad went into pre-development. DC was riding this trend, and Suicide Squad was one of the only good IPs outside the main trinity they could truly market after the DCEU's implosion. I hate to sound that way, Jared, but it's true.
Yeah.
Even if we factor that, this game was in development, HE double hockey sticks, for the latter
half. You can say hell on this.
For the latter half of a decade. This game was going to bomb commercially, regardless.
The problem was with Suicide Squad is they banked on an IP of just because the fact that just because the movie they developed because the movie became popular.
It was the first movie because here's what people don't know. Started about, I think it's like either a year or the year after the Studio Squad came out. So
Suicide Squad came out. The Studio Squad came out in 2016. It was the year after Arkham Knight.
Okay, yeah. So that's when they authorized, because In other words, this had nothing to do with Gunn's Suicide Squad movie. All it had to do was, because trust me, if Gunn's Suicide Squad movie had come out before that, there's no way they would have made this a Suicide Squad game with the way that movie performed. No, that movie was a success, so he decided, let's do a Suicide Squad game. And plus, if you know your Arkham history, they were trying to get a Suicide Squad game off the ground with WB Games Montreal after Arkham Origins.
Yes.
Yep. After Origins,
which I covered.
It would have been actually pretty cool. But ultimately, the way I think that this could go, there are a couple of different ways. They could, let me put it this way, if they do a Justice League game, I think the plot is going to be them trying to find Wonder Woman, or the plot could just be I got this. All right, Taladia, we didn't cover this because it wasn't in the main Justice League book, but okay, so here's what I want to do. There's a concept in the New 52, and JJheat knows I'm going to talk about, the Justice League of America, where Amanda Waller creates a Justice League to counter the Justice League. So what if Amanda Waller, after all the Suicide Squad stuff, Amanda Waller, and this is how they can bring in like the other characters that we wanted to see, like Martian Manhunter and such. They're the Justice League of America, and they're designed to counter the Justice League.
But isn't that just like Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, though?
No. It's, in other words, they wouldn't be like fighting. Maybe they'll have like a battle, but it's really like a threat shows up. But a side plot is that the government's creating a government-sponsored Justice League.
So basically, like how Superman is.
Yeah, kind of, except done well. But anyway, Cameron says, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it Knights going around the same time, eating fans, being confused? Well, that's true, because I was confused the minute that they said that the first trailer we saw of Gotham Knights at DC Fandom was Batman on the TV screen going, if you're watching this, I'm dead. And I'm like, oh, wait a second, this is a sequel to Night. And I'm like,
no.
So he dies in another universe too? Wow.
Well, no, but
dies.
So JJheat go first, and I'll go after him.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's Cameron. You're actually repeating my point earlier. Aesthetically, you at least had a stronger story and setup if Gotham Knights was tied to Arkhamverse. That's what all I was saying there. Tim X Bab notwithstanding, God knows that's cringe. Bat Cess is always cringe in every version. But with that being said, there was some confusion, and Gotham Knights, if you really want to be honest, it's just trying to retool and salvage the Project Arkham legacy, because nobody wanted Batman Beyond, but with Damian Wayne instead of Terry McGinnis. Again, that's a topic for a different stream, but again, Gotham Knights was a salvage job, and whether or not you feel like the game is good, that's debatable. It's still better than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but that's a very low bar. That is a very low bar.
It's heavy. I talked about that. Rewind the stream. But yeah, in terms of that, I would, that is true. So what do you want to say, Taladia?
So if you guys, I was going to say this, the Gotham Knights situation is basically because the Damian Wayne game got leaked, right? Call it what it may, right? I know the person who leaked it. I know the individual who leaked everything, right? I know the person who did that. And he's not taking, he's not basically saying, oh, I did this. He's saying, oh, well, the Damian Wayne game got canceled. I would have played it. No, dude, you leaked it. You leaked it extensively that Warner Brothers had to shut it down and had to come up with an excuse to say, oh, well, it's because of the leaks. That's what
But here's the other thing, too. I love the fans. They're like, oh, I would play it. But I'm like, you're just one person. You have to think about how the general audience, particularly with the gaming audience. Because here's the thing, particularly in an Arkham universe thing, we're going to talk about that in a second, movie theater. And by the way, hello, sir. It's been a while. But anyway, because actually Sam Liu said that on the show when we had him on for a Q&A, because he said a lot of fans say, oh, we want a Constantine movie or a Zatanna anime movie. And he goes, yeah, but when we make those, you don't show up for them.
That would make JJheat's night, Constantine. Constantine movie.
I watched JJheat is cast to play Constantine.
Bloody wankers, the whole lot of you.
There you go. Somehow he does that so well. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's the people are asking. So let's talk about Diamond. So
Diamond Dallas Page. Bang.
So I take it so Claudia, do you know what Diamond is?
No.
All right, so Diamond was okay. There was Diamond. It's called Diamond Comics Debt Distribution. Pre-COVID, they were the exclusive distributor of comics for Marvel, DC, Image, all the big boys. In other words, you had to go through Diamond. So they had a monopoly. Problem with that is that there was no like, what's the word? There was no like competition to make Diamond do better. It's like comic book shops were talking about all the time about how they would receive damaged product. And it was like, and the customer service was non-existent. So the thing is, so here's, I want to clarify something. Diamond is not going out of business yet. What going bankrupt means is that they're doing financial, like, reevaluating and consolidation to try and offload some debt. It doesn't, now, 20% businesses get out of bankruptcy. Marvel did, obviously. Twice. So it's not like it's impossible for Diamond. But honestly, because Diamond doesn't have because here's the thing, after COVID, okay, so here's what happened with COVID. With COVID, they shut down everything. They said, we're not going to distribute everything. We're going to take a break. And then DC was like, wait a second, we need to send out our books. Breach of contract. So they left Diamond and went to a competitor, Lunar. And what this led to, at first DC got a lot of flack for this, but then it turned out to be right because now they were able to distribute their products while Marvel and Image and all that stuff were like not. So,
and admittedly, I'm surprised Diamond lasted this long because they took a major hit during the Again, I'm just going to say pandemic because I don't want this risk of stream getting taken down because YouTube is very sensitive about this illness. But Diamond definitely took a hit from a distribution standpoint. And it was even to the point that not only DC cut ties with them, they weren't even showing real numbers anymore. They were showing estimates comparing manga and graphic novels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the thing. JJheat knows his manga and graphic novels, by the way.
He's just putting that. He is the manga man.
No,
yes, I did invent that right there.
No, we gotta call him the manga lord.
The Iron Manga.
The Iron Manga, that's the good one.
Pretty sure there's a series with that title, but that's a topic.
Whatever. Yeah, all the competition got bought out. Yeah, exactly. So what happens next is, so with this, it's not surprising. Now, here's the part that has me concerned. And even movie theater asked, will it break up or will people start a new one? Well, already stuff is being bought up. So, yes, I do think it's going to break up. The problem is, I don't think... Okay, so here's what I've heard a strong argument for. DC may stop publishing regular monthly comics and go exclusively to trades.
You mean trade paperbacks?
Trade paperbacks, yes. Because here's the thing about that. Most people buy trades and back issues, which is essentially the old stories. There's very little interest in the newer stuff coming out. On the bright side, this means that maybe they'll kick Tom King off Wonder Woman, but still. But what this means is that DC will go to more of a graphic novel format as well, as opposed to like a monthly comic.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
If they did that, that will save me money.
Well, yeah, that's true. It'll take longer for everything to come out, but ultimately you'll get a complete story. I mean, after all, that's what I did, and that's how I started off. But the point is, it's more like that's what I think it's going to lead to, really. And honestly, at this point, because of the mess management of DC and Marvel, I think, honestly, it's for the best. By the way, Tevia says, I'm more curious, how will the rest of the comic book industry react? Well, here's the thing. Marvel and DC and Image are already at different companies. The problem is this will have seismic shifts throughout the industry. There's no way around that.
That is true.
There's no way around that. How severe? That's going to be, only time will tell. If Diamond goes away, I don't think it's going to be reborn. Movie theater. Now, again, 20% of businesses that declare bankruptcy do emerge. Marvel did 12. Yeah, Marvel used as a Penguin Random House, and it's a Disney-owned company, by the way, so they do their own stuff, technically in-house. And DC does Lunar. So really, in terms of Marvel and DC, it may not affect that much, but because a lot of the entertainment industry is shrinking. And with that in mind, and with the low sales, because here's the thing, and Taladia, you'll appreciate this, as a matter of fact. The only thing selling out of DC like severely is Absolute. Everything else is like meh or declining. So it's like, and actually, I saw a tweet like last week that was talking about how that is really sad that like their side universe is selling great, but their actual universe is like floundering. And I'm like, that's when I think DC will start going, unless you improve sales, which there is a way to improve sales, Taladia.
Yeah.
That's what that's called. I'll give you a hint. Flashpoint reboot.
Thank you.
Because here's the thing, and Perch was saying this as well. He goes, if you get these companies desperate enough, which I think they're approaching that, they're going to reboot.
And if they reboot, please give us the New 52.
They won't give us that back, but they'll probably take some principles from it. If they reboot, Trinity's gone, so yay, we win!
And John Kent is gone, yay!
Yeah, Enzo says only Diamond Select toys will probably be affected by this. No. Diamond Comics is also being affected by
this. Yes, the toy line is just about gone anyway. That's not really going to help much.
Yeah, everything under Diamond's umbrella, or anyone that's done business with Diamond, because here's the thing. I'm going to give you a little thing. Diamond Comics District, because they are also like severely in debt. Like, severely, to the point where, okay, I'm going to read off its debts if I could find that article by Bleeding Cool News. Here we go. So Diamond, hang on, I'm trying to find it, because Bleeding Cool did a great article talking about how much that Diamond owes like each company, and it's a lot. Diamond bankrupt. Hang on. Bankrupt. Here we go. See, let's do CBR. So let me see which companies are here. Nope. Okay. Dang it. Image pulls comics from Diamond. Brit says, oh, by the way, since Brit's here,
he's back.
Brit says, going back to the same status quo that made you reboot in the first place, already a red flag for DC. That is true. All right, so here are the companies that owe stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. So I'm going to read a couple of these and give you like their numbers, and this will tell you how screwed Diamond is. You ready? Mm-hmm. Penguin Random House, which is, again, the distributor for Marvel. Diamond owes them $9,202,181. They owe Lunar $496,000. I'm rounding up because it'll take too long. Simon Schuster $600,000. Bando Namco Toys $576,000. They owe the Pokemon Company $280,000, probably to distribute the trading cards. They owe Disney Consumer Products $1 million. They are really in the hole on this, and with all this debt, something is going to change, or Diamond is not going to show up anymore. Tavia says, question, Marvel and DC gone from Diamond at this point. They even care about Diamond going away? No, they do, because that has second and third order effects, like I just said, to the other parts of the industry. I just said that. Because, yeah, they won't be, like, directly affected. In other words, they won't, like, lose stuff. However, In terms of like that, let me put it this way. They won't like. It's not like they're not going to be able to distribute their comics, Tevye. And like I said before, what I mean is that there will be other effects that will be affected by Diamond shutting down. Taladia probably lost internet. But so what do you think, JJheat? And JJheat's muted. But anyway, so what do you guys think? Any questions or points here?
Okay, sorry, I had to step out for a second. Where are we at now?
Yeah, I'm talking about these second and third order effects. Oh, Legion. Legion brings up a good point. Free Comic Book Day is ran by Diamond.
Oh, they're definitely going to take a hit. Come free. Oh, yeah.
And they already sold off Alliance. PX exclusives could be gone. Yeah, exactly. This is not good. I forgot about that, Legion. Thanks for reminding me. And by the way, what's up, Legion? How you doing, my brother? Yeah, Free Comic Book Day is going to be because DC and Marvel both need Free Comic Book Day.
Woo! It is not going to be pretty, my friend.
Yeah.
They're going to have to... Now, they do have virtual time, whether you have their virtual apps, like Marvel Unlimited, DC Universe. It was supposed to be their streaming as well, but they reshuffled that to Max, but that's a separate conversation. So I feel like from a loop, in terms of getting content out there, they'll at least be able to keep themselves afloat because they can always go to their comic book apps. But in terms of distribution, yeah, your local comic book store is definitely going to take a hit if they can't find a new distributor. This is gonna affect the wider industry as a whole.
Yeah, this is because that's why, again, how will DC, Marvel, and Image respond to this? How can they respond to this? Because there's not much they can do. But yeah, Tevye, yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. Oh no! But and what's up, Taladia? By the way, so Taladia, here's the other thing: Free Comic Book Day is run by Diamond.
Free Comic Book Day as well?
It's run by Diamond.
So that's the other way it's going to really affect this. By Legion says content from Marvel and DC will be completely unaffected. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. They're exclusive to other companies, but the other parts of their business could be affected, or it could have seismic shifts later on in the comic book industry.
I know for a fact indies are going to take a hit more often than not, but I'm pretty sure Image ended up going to a new distributor. But I definitely know indies are going to be impacted by Diamond. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. 110. Yeah. But yeah. Again, Legion is right. Like I said before, it's not like Marvel and DC are going to be publishing different content because, again, they're not distributed by that. If DC does reboot, they need to go back to square one, and I mean to a T. All heroes should be in their year one phase. You could do that. DC Lunar has already announced their 4 titles for this year Free Comic Book Day. It'll be interesting to see who picks up the ball. This will take effect next year. Yeah, exactly. Marvel and DC should take over Free Comic Book Day. They could take over and replace a spot that were vital to Diamond. Yeah, that could be true. I could see, unfortunately, smaller companies being affected. Yes, exactly. Free Comic Book Day ordered by shops 1 month before. Okay, so the orders were already in there. So this year it's not going to affect. But in terms of in terms of like other stuff, yeah. In this way, it's you get my point. You get my point. Next year is the question. Now here's the thing: if Diamond somehow digs themselves out of this, yeah, it's good. Then in other words, next year's Free Comic Book Day is probably not going to be affected. But if they don't, then someone's going to have to pick up the ball, and I could see like the comic book companies coming together and saying we'll jointly do it. We'll have like a couple of books from each company that will go out. We'll do equal books for each company. There you go. So that's where that makes sense. But anyway, so you guys, let's change topics. You guys want to talk about Supergirl or Superman?
Either or.
Because either or, it doesn't matter.
So DC announced a Summer of Superman initiative. Up by Legion says, I expect once the courts work this out, PRH will absorb Diamond as a company. And this looks like it could have possibly been their plan from the start. Could be. All right. Why else? Yeah, exactly. There you go. So DC announces a Summer of Superman event where they announce like so many different Superman titles. Like there's a new Superboy. There's Superman Unlimited, which is being written by Dan Slott. And what this is, I'm not talking about New Godzilla. What this is talking about is like the story pitch for it is actually pretty cool. A kryptonite meteor crash lands on Earth, or like a series of meteors crash lands, and essentially. This will be the summer of Superman, like the summer of George. Yeah, Mac, exactly. So essentially what this leads to is like so some of the criminals forge kryptonite rounds for their guns, and Superman has to deal with the fact that it could that like whenever he goes into like battle against a criminal, there's a very real possibility. No, Enzo. Slott is a better bet than He Who Must Not Be Named.
Wait, when did Voldemort get into the stream?
Yes, there you go. Thank you. It was kind of funny. Britt and I were talking about this. There's so many people that are in like He Who Must that are under He Who Must Not Be Named status. It's hilarious on that.
And by the way, I came up with He Who Must Not Be Named idea because I take credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a British thing, and I'm British, so.
Yeah, exactly. Which will affect Lois Lane as Superwoman. I don't think they'll have Lois Lane as Superwoman by the time that ends. I think that storyline's about to wrap up, which it should because that's a stupid ass idea. Thank you. So let's see. What's another? I'm trying to find a good clip for this. Okay.
Transition.
No. I'm trying to find a good clip for. Oh, I got it. This is Lois as Superwoman.
The psychos just keep getting younger.
I'm surprised that I can take such use out of that drop. Yep, I can see that. So yeah, it's gonna wrap up soon. So Metropolis now has guns with kryptonite. Well, peace, but yeah, exactly.
And then it'll be like she'll be going like pew 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 pew.
Yeah, exactly, and that's actually kind of cool because it's a gamble from this.
By the way, I want to apologize. By the way, my computer decided to crash.
Oh, okay, it's all good, dude. I understand. Technical issues happen, my brother. Technical issues happen. It's happened to me before, so we're all good. But yeah. But anyway, you know that the reason why they're doing the Summer of Superman is because Superman comes out in the summer. Which I'm fine with that because hey, it's more Superman comics. Oh man, my credit card's gonna be killing me that summer.
Hey guys, I got the shirt.
Wrong shirt. I don't have mine on. Damn it! I thought I could lift it up and I'd have the S shirt on. Now.
That's a Comics League moment if I haven't seen one.
That is definitely a Comics League moment. But yeah, so ultimately, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, again, so JJheat, how are we feeling of Dan Slott on Superman? Ooh, yeah, that's a gamble right there.
Breathe in, breathe out.
That is a gamble right there, my brother.
This could be really good or really, really bad.
Yeah.
There is no in between. There is no in between, honest to God.
Yeah, there really is no, because I will say he's got more of a track record of being good than Tom King, so that's something.
Exactly.
So, I think ultimately, let me put it this way. Yes, it's a little bit. Granted, there is some concern. However, it's not as big of a concern. So I'm like, okay, ultimately, I think it could be at worst, I think it's going to be meh. At best, I mean, let me put it this way. At worst, I think it's going to be meh. And at best, obviously, it could be great. So we'll just see on that. Plus, we also have a crypto book. Yes, Crypto is getting his own comic this summer.
Which is good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's Crypto, Connor, and Kara are all getting their own books, which is great because Supergirl hasn't had a book in a while. I may add that to my poll list.
finally Supergirl's got a book, and finally Superboy's got his own book too.
They both had it in the past. It's just that I guess they gave it a little bit of a break. But yeah, if they do it, hey, that'll be awesome. But anyway, so let's move on to our last topic of the evening, and that's Cameron said, I would trust Slot before I trust anyone that sees Superman as only an alien. Yeah, I think Slot kind of sees him as both, which I'm fine with that. So we also found out that Supergirl is, first off, going to show up in Superman. That was confirmed today. And they casted her parents, which means that in the Supergirl movie, we'll probably see some flashbacks and stuff. So that's kind of cool. I figured they were going to do that because if it's in keeping with Gunn saying that I won't cast anyone for someone else's project, if Supergirl is in Superman, it makes sense that he would cast them. It is kind of weird, though, how he previously said Supergirl's not in the movie. So I'm like, oh, really? He's got to stop doing Twitter. However, yeah, it makes sense that Supergirl would be in the movie, right? Makes sense. What do you guys think? Taladia?
To be honest with you, Supergirl added to Superman is crazy. Not crazy, but it's interesting. But I think it's a good choice that they've included it in Supergirl introduced into Superman, right?
Yeah, it makes sense because it is Superman. Plus, she was kind of it. Some people thought they found her in the reflection of the helmet in the Superman trailer.
I have a funny feeling she'd be like a best case scenario. I think it'll be like a cameo towards the end, the very last end, like a post-credit scene or something.
That could be two. I could definitely see that. And then it leads into or like there's like a lead into like Supergirl Woman Tomorrow, but then again a lot of these projects are supposed to be standalone-ish. So there is that. It really depends.
Yeah. So, what do you think, JJheat?
As for me, again, a lot is riding on Superman to be good. Superman to be good. I'm sorry, I'm too used to saying Superman Legacy, but ultimately, I feel like with a strong marketing team, this movie will be decent. I'm not going to say it's going to hit Man of Steel numbers because that's just not realistic. But a solid 650, 700 million, that's a start. Especially
sorry, go on. Finish your thing and then I'll go.
Especially with the momentum they got from Creature Commandos. Again, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but the momentum and hype is there. We can at least agree on that.
Mm-hmm. Jared, shall we tell him?
Go ahead.
No, it's not. The views of Creature Commandos came out and they're terrible.
No, not that. Not
what?
The Creature Commandos. What the insiders are predicting for Superman.
Oh yeah, they're trying to say that Superman's gonna make $1 billion.
I don't see it.
They're putting that expectation on them again. WB is clearly insane because what's the definition of insanity, JJheat?
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
They're the clown prince of crime themselves. They're the clown.
Don't make them joke. By the way, I saw Joker 2 last night.
Why would you watch that garbage?
My dad wanted to. And whatever anyone's told you, it's worse.
Oh, no.
It is a poopy.
No.
It is a poopy. That's what that movie is.
It's a poopy. It's a
Shaboopy. Shaboopy. Shaboopy.
Yeah. Here's what I thought about. What a crappy movie.
Somebody clip that, please, where it says poopy. Send that to me.
I got that from The Office. Stop it. All in all, it's strange, but yeah, it's like, all right, we'll see. But anyway, so let's do a Q&A session and see what kind of questions y'all have for us. House of L hype. Oh yeah, House of L 2 is another series that got delayed, but it looks pretty cool. But anyway, so what other questions do y'all have for this lovely panel?
You can ask us me about gaming. You can ask JJheat about manga. You can ask Jared about comics. He's the comics lord. JJheat's the manga lord or anime fan.
He's
Anime
the
lord.
manga man.
Manga man. Yes, that's a
That's
good
your
one.
superhero name, brother. I just gave you a superhero name.
Yeah, it could be worse.
And I'm the comic lord.
No, you're the comic lord? No. Did you just try and assume my
sorry.
role?
Sorry, I meant to
Was
say.
this
I
just
meant
a coup? Did
Sorry.
I just, JJheat, did we just experience a Comics League coup?
Sorry, I meant to say I'm the gaming guy. I'm the gaming lord. Sorry, that's
Mhm.
so I'm having a brain fart of the day because my mind's been all over the place today, guys.
That's fair. That's
It's
fair.
all good.
I
It's all
tell-
good.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you guys,
that's right. To use that excuse.
Jared, you know why? I told you before the stream why.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, bro. But so what other questions do you all have? Superman, Wonder Woman content. Any questions that you all have?
Super Wonder Legacy.
Yeah, any questions that you all have that would be very fun to discuss. Whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
Would you do an episode on how could you do a Superman or Wonder Woman crossover video game introducing them?
Did that.
You did that, okay.
We did it on their gaming history, and then we proposed a game about them.
What about the 10-year plan? The future of it?
For DCU?
No. So for the video game aspect of it, so
We wouldn't do a live service game, so the 10-year thing is irrelevant.
No, not live service. So you'll have like multiple games,
Mm-hmm.
but you could have multiple stories, and over time it'd be like a Superman and Lois situation.
I think we talked about that. Yeah, that was episode. Hang on, I'll pull up the episode real quick. I think it was a live episode, as a matter of fact. So we did because it was part of the episode where we talked about the gaming history of Superman and Wonder Woman. So that one was episode. Hang on, I'm going back to my Rolodex here.
Rolodex.
Let me see. That was episode. Patience, everyone. Just give me 1 minute.
Sorry if I'm making you do so much work.
No, it's all good. It's all good. That was episode. Where's the gaming episode? Hang on. That should be here. Oh yeah, that was episode. Just give me 1 second.
I'm making
episode 65.
Okay. Sorry, I'm making you.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I make you do too much work.
Yeah, but it's all good, dude. It's all good. It's all fun.
You're not Superman, you know.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. I'm not Superman, you know.
Mac has a thing. A couple's comparison with Green Arrow and Black.
We're gonna do that for sure. We are definitely going to do that because Britt and I are doing a lot more of those couples comparisons. The next one we're doing is Hawkman, Hawkwoman, but yeah, we will do Green Arrow, Black Canary for sure.
Not Hawkgirl and Green Lantern.
No, because we don't do anything that was part of the DCAU unless to critique it. Plus, we already did a Green Lantern couple. We did Hal Jordan and Carol Ferris, and that's how I turned Britt into a Green Lantern fan.
Okay.
I got her to rewatch the Ryan Reynolds movie, and she enjoyed it.
Oh, that should be. Oh yeah. Didn't we do that as an April Fool's thing?
Nope, we did it as a movie night. As a matter of fact, that was the one where Ethan Van Sciver showed up in my chat, and I kind of geeked out.
Jared geeking out. I'll be that.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see what else do we have. People, what kind of questions would you like? What type of content would you like to see? By the way, again, if you guys want to take part in the book club, consider becoming a member. At any tier, you will have access to the book club, where we will be discussing any type of trade paperback length, DC event, Marvel event, even indie. Because here's the thing: if I'm doing it as a members exclusive thing, I don't have to worry about if it searches on YouTube. That's true. Any comics open within reason. But anyway, so what other questions concerning gaming, the gaming future of DC, Wonder Woman, why Tom King sucks?
Maybe even some DCU predictions, whatever. Hey, no questions off the table as long as it's not a repeat question.
Yeah, as long as it's not a repeat question.
DCU predictions, that's actually a good one. I predict it won't last past Superman. That's my prediction.
Now, I will go ahead and I've been seeing this one a lot online, so I might as well go ahead and address it now. The chances of James, and we talked about it in the previous stream, but the chances of Matt Reeves, the Batman, with Pattinson getting reshuffled or consolidated into the DCU, it's unlikely. First of all, Matt Reeves has as much creative vision and creative prowess as he has with his being standalone.
Matt Reeves and Andy Muschietti confirm it's separate.
Again, I don't know if people online just want to manifest a world's finest movie so bad. And don't get me wrong, you're not going to do better than that two-parter with the B-TAS and S-TAS crossover. That's pretty much as world's finest as you're going to get. I'm sorry, that's a solid two-parter. Even with live action, that is hard to top.
Mm-hmm.
But even if we aren't factoring that, I feel like letting Matt Reeves let his trilogy play out and then have Brave and the Bold will just allow will benefit everyone involved and have a lot more time, to work out the kinks. Especially if Superman stagnates, basically like the 600 or maybe 650 million range. At least they have some momentum and goodwill, regardless in terms of online and social media, to at least fall back on. Especially with Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow coming out like a year after.
Yeah, exactly. And then Cameron says, so we won't have to wait as long as Batman 2 as we will have for BTS.
Raven.
Are you talking about Brave and the Bold?
BTS been off the air. Like what? Cameron, please clarify.
Yes, please clarify.
Oh, Beyond the Spider-Verse. Thank you. Oh yeah, that movie did get delayed
again. God damn it! Just release or cancel the damn thing.
I mean, is it even worth making a Spider-Verse trilogy? I mean, you already had a solid story with the first two.
Yeah, but they didn't exactly what's the word? They didn't conclude that story. They kind of left it on a cliffhanger.
Joker de la Fox was supposed to be a follow-up movie too, and look where that got him.
That never left on a Joker 1 never left on a cliffhanger. Arguably, there should never have been a Joker 2. As you can tell, I really hate that movie.
Me personally, I wouldn't have watched that garbage because I knew it was going to be bad.
I'll tell you what I did see that I really liked. Venom: The Last Dance. I like that movie.
You know what I saw, guys? And I told Jared this before. Mufasa the Lion King.
Sonic 3 was better, but I'll let you have that.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll tell you something. The songs were utter doo-doo.
God awful.
The songs in Joker 2 were horrible. Because here's the problem with it. The movie, I know why they turned into a musical because they had Lady Gaga in there. But the problem is, it was too many songs. They basically used it for padding, ultimately.
If it's like a couple of songs, that's fine. Even then, it's Lady
every
Gaga.
5 minutes, JJheat.
I know, I can tell from the trailers.
Luckily, I didn't see this film, so I'm glad.
There you go. Well, and you don't care about spoilers, right?
I don't give a flying monkeys about this film.
Yeah. So literally every 5 minutes, and then Arthur is stabbed by a prisoner, and the prisoner cuts the Joker face on himself. So Arthur was never the actual Joker.
He was the inspiration for the Joker. And I'm just like, if you wanted this to be standalone, that's fine, but this really should have been a one and done. Not a glorified cash grab that not even the director wanted to do.
He didn't want to do it.
What about Bruce?
We never see Bruce.
No, this is purely standalone. No reference to Bruce. No reference to Bruce or Batman. Just pure anarchy.
Or Catwoman. Anyone. Oh yeah, anarchy is the right word to describe this BS film.
Come on, no Bruce Wayne, no.
I would hazard a
no
guess. I'm going to go so far as to say, and JJheat, you can tell me if I'm being hyperbolic,
Okay.
that this was worse than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yep. Yep.
This was because Thor had some redeeming qualities in that. Even that fourth Thor movie still had some redeeming. I'll still rewatch that.
Christian Bale as God Butcher, perfect casting. It's just the script was hot garbage.
But when you watch it, I'm like, okay, you know what? There's something here. With Joker, I'm like, the hell am I watching?
And I'm just like, it's just Lady Gaga singing oldies. First of all, the only reason, I only know clips of this movie. I never watched it in theaters. I just know by clips. And I'm just Jared, you actually watched this trash fire.
When we first meet her, her name is Lee.
Okay.
So it turns out, so she fakes, when you first, I'm going to spoil the crap out of this crappy movie, so let's do this. So when you first meet her, she's like a inmate of Arkham, right? And so she tells a story about how she was committed because she burned down her own house and her parents committed her. Turns out that's a load of dog doo-doo. And it turns out what actually happens is that she's a psychiatrist that was fascinated by the Joker, so voluntarily checked herself into Arkham Asylum to meet him.
Which I will go ahead and critique. In the earliest versions of Harley Quinn, I mean, as far back as early BTAS, she was a rising psychologist, got her certification, and was trying to do a story on the Joker to make a book out of it and be a glory hound. That is true. In most versions of Harley Quinn, that's how the situation starts. Joker manipulates her, Harley Quinn becomes Harley Quinn, and then he ends up manipulating her into being his personal sidekick / henchwoman. Even based on what you're telling me, Jared, not only did they pretty much make Harley Quinn without Harley Quinn, they pretty much made her an internet clout chaser, and then they pretty much made a de facto epilogue, even though the first film didn't need it. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep, pretty much.
No wonder this movie was awful.
Now, you know what was actually pretty fun? The first episode of the new season of Harley Quinn came out. Actually pretty good.
Me personally, I'm just not going to watch season 5 because why would you pair Brainiac against Harley? And no,
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That's why. But it's Eladia. So she goes to a Superman museum. In the background, you see all of his suits. And one of them is the new 52 suit. And I'm like, oh, there you go. Hello, my old friend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. So she moves to Metropolis to like get away. And then you meet. And then it turns out Brainiac's behind everything. Well, then again, JJheat, counterpoint to why they would pair Harley with Brainiac. They paired her. Remember, she fought Darkseid in one of the seasons.
Yes, it's a parody, and I'm not expecting the whole interconnected where we got with BTAS and the DCAU. I'm not expecting that with Harley. My biggest critique with the Harley Quinn show is that they're trying to make Harley DC's Deadpool, and it just doesn't.
Not.
No, that's not it at all. If anything, that's like Ambush Bug. If you want a fourth wall breaking.
Now, an Ambush Bug show would be great.
Thank you.
Played by Ryan Reynolds. I'm only kidding.
You know, you actually make a better Batmite, but that's a separate conversation.
Oh yeah, probably. That'd be hilarious. Imagine if he was Batflex Batmite.
Okay, now I know you're just going out of your way to be obnoxious.
I would love that. That would be great. But yeah, Harley Quinn is still going on, which I kind of enjoyed it. Ambush Bug and Batmite team up show. Now that's a show. But yeah, so I enjoyed Harley Quinn. I'll check it out. But
I'm not reacting to it. Just letting you guys know now.
But for the love of God, it's just Joker. I saw it because my dad wanted to watch it with me, so I was like, okay, I'll watch it. Is it really as bad as people? My dad literally turns to me as soon as we finish the movie and goes, "That's probably the worst movie I've ever seen." And he saw Thor: Love and Thunder with me in theaters.
You know what? I'm glad. I'm gonna tell you guys off stream why I did, but I'm glad I didn't get to see that film. So I'm glad. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're definitely better off. I'm just going off cliffs from what I've seen online, but yeah, that Joker. I knew Joker 2 was doomed from the start. The moment they say, "Oh, it'll be a musical," no,
I'll wait till it comes on TV, but it's not gonna come on TV for a while.
don't even bother with this movie. I assure you.
And I'm gonna make my mom not watch it because I'll say, look, Superman and Lois is a far better show for you to watch than what.
You know what, Jared? I think we should actually make Taladia watch Joker 2 for April Fools.
Ooh. You know what? Taladia, you're watching Joker 2.
JJheat.
Or we can make JJheat watch it.
Hey, I've already seen the clips. I've seen bad movies before. You can't break me.
Oh, we'll see.
No,
Yeah, it's Taladia's film.
He's got to read Marvel because he never did it last year. Remember?
Yeah, you do. And by the way, so what we're gonna do for Robert is he has to talk about why Clois sucks.
It's not that.
If you know Robert, you know why that's funny. Robert, if you're watching this, you're a move. Let me put it this way. I got to positively review the first trade of Tom King's Wonder Woman. I'm suffering too, okay?
And Jay has to do the voices for when he reads Marvel.
Yes! Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. A live reading of Marvel.
Basically a glorified social commentary of Bush's administration in 2004.
No, but JJheat.
That's all it is.
Wait, Taladia. That's actually a great idea. We all do the voices.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, why did I think of this?
Hey, I thought about this.
There you go. We're so doing that for April Fools. That's gonna be so freaking good.
Deal with it.
There you go. There you go. But anyway, so I think that should be a good place to leave it. So in terms of Comics League, on Monday, Britt and I will be releasing an episode. We're going to talk about if the secret identities of Superman and Wonder Woman are needed. Tomorrow for movie night, we're going to be doing Ultimate Avengers 2, Rise of the Black Panther. And in terms of next week's Wonder Woman Wednesday, I'll be going over my favorite Wonder Woman supervillains. JJheat, where can we find you and what have you got coming out on your channel?
As for me, you can find me at JJheat Blaze or JJheat75. I got a ton of stuff coming out. I got the Mass Effect playthrough, Sword Troll playthroughs coming through, Dragon Age Origins. I'm still on that, by the way, so please be sure to check that out. Also, again, I am a few behind on a few video ideas, but New Direction vs. Kryptonian Empire is coming out. But again, due to scheduling, we had to move some things around. Also, a movie review, Deadpool versus Wolverine. That is still in the picture. I'm still going to be collaborating and networking with some other co-hosts, but I will give an update on my community tab, so stay tuned for that.
All right, Taladia Plays. How about you?
You guys can check me out on YouTube at Taladia Plays. What I got coming up on my YouTube page is I'll be doing some Marvel Rivals this Sunday, and I'll be doing it at 8 p.m. UK time or 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be doing, maybe get some viewers in. We'll be doing some rank stuff, quick play. We'll be having a fun and time. And then next week, Snyder Fans Read Comics as per usual on Wednesday. And then I might do a surprise stream. I don't know yet. Oh, and I must remember this. Sunday is also Into the Multiverse recording. And myself and Jared will be talking about Suicide Squad extensively. And we'll be talking about the future of the DC video game franchise. So we'll be talking about that. So on that note, guys.
Yeah. On that note, stay heroic, everyone. Remember, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod. And Steve Trevor, Steve Never. He belongs 6 feet in the ground. Zois and Max Avad for life.
Wait.
Yeah.
King of Wonder Woman.
Yes, yes. Tweet the hashtags because the trending day is on Wednesday. Do that. Britt and I will be talking about this on Monday. But yes, trending day is on Wednesday. I'll tweet out information about this if you guys want to help to use those hashtags in any social media that you have. So, Zois the Max About for life. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.